welcome back, all my kings and queens. Yes, you just seen me earlier. Today, I'm just doing a couple stories for y'all. Alright, I have the time. I'm at the place. Why not do it? Alright, so we're going to talk about Pulaski. This old hag trying to just stay relevant, of course. You know, talking shit about Trump and his MS-13 comment on the gangs that they are animals. Alright, so let's just slide on through. And I'll see you in a bit.
He does things like call immigrants animals.
The defense is that he was following up by a statement of a sheriff saying that this is MS-13. He was just talking about MS-13. Good enough?
No, not good enough. And it is a very slippery slope when you start dehumanizing people this way. It's what the Nazis did. It's what slave owners did. It's not what Americans do.
I don't quite understand what she's talking about. The president, a couple of days ago, in a cabinet room at the White House, was talking to some people about immigration in the country. A sheriff from Southern California made a comment about MS-13. He responded, referred to them as animals, and then many major media outlets referred to it and reported it as the president just called people in the country as immigrants animals.
Well, are you surprised? I mean, when you think about it, I mean, the whole point of the media is to make everything they can negative about President Trump. Look, MS-13 is the most violent gang in the world. They rape and kill in order to be initiated into the group. When you beat someone to death, hack them with a machete, beat them with baseball bats, and then cut them up 100 times, I call them an animal, okay? When I was a judge, I called them animals. I prosecuted them. That's what they are. But the media wants so much to destroy Donald Trump. What they're missing, of course, is the fact that America sees the good things that he's doing. And you know what? They can focus on the negative, while Donald Trump and the president just keeps coming in and doing what's right for America.
Nancy Pelosi yesterday said, no, they're all God's children, even the gang members, apparently, which is pretty
maybe she ought
remarkable.
to bring him to her house and let him live with her.
But when you talk about the attacks on the president, the media was also all over him this week and in recent weeks about moving.
Here's what I'm really hot and bothered about today. President Trump yesterday was doing an event with a bunch of sheriffs from all over the country. And one of the sheriffs mentioned MS-13. And President Trump responded in this way. Here's clip 3.
The country are trying to come in. We're stopping a lot of them. But we're taking people out of the country. You wouldn't believe how bad these people are. These aren't people. These are animals. And we're taking them out of the country at a level and at a rate that's never happened before.
Okay, so was MS-13, because the line that led up to this was a sheriff saying, we can't actually deport MS-13 people. The line leading up to this, there's a sheriff named Mims who said, thank you. There could be an MS-13 member I know about. If they don't reach a certain threshold, I cannot tell ICE about it. And then Trump responded to the MS-13 reference by saying, we have people coming into the country, but we're taking people out of the country. You wouldn't believe how bad these people are. These aren't people, these are animals. So how did the media cover this? He's specifically talking about MS-13. It is obvious that he is talking about MS-13. It is clear that he is talking rape, steal, control. These are not good people. They are, in fact, as close to animals as you will find in human beings. So how do the media report this? Let me show you how the media report this. Here's the New York Times. This is what they tweeted out. Trump lashed out at undocumented immigrants during a White House meeting, calling those trying to breach the country's borders animals. No, he didn't. He did not lash out at all illegal immigrants. He lashed out at MS-13, and they are animals. There have been several stories in the last couple of years about MS-13 members literally ripping animals. There have been several stories in the last couple of years about MS-13 members literally ripping hearts out of bodies while the people are still alive, beheading their political enemies, bringing drugs into the country. MS-13 are some of the worst people on planet Earth. If the descriptor animal does not apply to MS-13, it legitimately applies to no one. And yet the media are trying to play it as though Trump is not talking about MS-13. Instead, Trump was talking about illegal immigrants at large. Now listen, Trump has said some bad stuff about illegal immigration generally.
All right, so I happened to look up some stuff on this Donald Trump so-called calling immigrants animals, which is not true. He specifically said MS-13 gang are not fucking human. They're animals. I fucking agree. Okay, so of course you have Pulaski, this old hag, always trying to keep herself relevant in the news, talking shit just trying to stir up the pot with her comments, setting up press to talk about, once again, anything is her business. Okay? This is fake news on Trump. Alright, as you can see, I'm in front of the computer, so I happen to look up a couple clips, and I'm going to share them with you. And as you can see, this is just another way of them spreading fake news. Alright, so enjoy the show.
We have people coming into the country, or trying to come in. We're stopping a lot of them. But we're taking people out of the country. You wouldn't believe how bad these people are. These aren't people. These are animals. And we're taking them out of the country at a level and at a rate that's never happened before. And because of the weak laws, they come in fast. We get them, we release them, we get them again, we bring them out. It's crazy. The dumbest laws as together, we're going to restore safety to our streets and peace to our communities. And we're going to destroy the vile criminal cartel Ms-13 and many other gangs. But Ms-13 is particularly violent. They don't like shooting people because it's too quick. It's too fast. I was reading one of these animals was caught and explaining they like to knife them and cut them and let them die slowly, because that way it's more painful and they enjoy watching that much more. These are animals.
Mr. President, sir, could you clarify the context of your use of the word animal yesterday in referring to some people who were in this?
Well, it has nothing to do with this meeting, but I'm referring, and you know I'm referring to the Ms-13 gangs that are coming in. And I was talking about the Ms-13, and also, and if you look a little bit further on in the tape, you'll see that. So I'm actually surprised you're asking this question, because most people got it right. But I'm saying the Ms-13, you don't have that where you come from. Ms-13, these are where you come from. Ms-13, these are animals. They're coming into our country, we're getting them out. They come in again, we're getting them out. We need strong immigration laws. We have the weakest laws in the entire world. We have laws that are laughed at on immigration. So when the Ms-13 comes in, when the other gang members come into our country, I refer to them as animals. And guess what? I always will.
And as we always say when we sign off, love, peace, and hair grease. And thanks for watching.